I'm Teisha Bader with Shalom TV's news update for Monday, September the 30th, 2013. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met today with U.S. President Barack Obama at the White House. The two leaders were set to address several main issues at the meeting, including the status of peace negotiations between Israel and the Palestinians and the Iranian nuclear program.
Iran is committed to Israel's destruction. So for Israel, the ultimate test of a future agreement with Iran is whether or not Iran dismantles its military nuclear program.
Netanyahu was expected to urge the U.S. president not to relieve any sanctions on Iran until it stops all of its uranium enrichment, removes it, and closes down its facility at Qom. Netanyahu arrived in New York early yesterday morning and met with Canadian Foreign Minister John Baird as well as Turkmenistan Foreign Minister Rashid Meredov. And just before leaving Israel late Saturday night, Netanyahu said he was going to, quote, represent the citizens of Israel, our national interests, our rights as a people, our determination to defend ourselves, and our hope for peace while in the U.S. And referring to Iranian President Hassan Rouhani's recent addresses to the media and to the United Nations General Assembly last week, Netanyahu said, "I will tell the truth in the face of the sweet talk and the onslaught of smiles. One must talk facts," he said, "and one must tell the truth. Telling the truth today is vital for the security and peace of the world, and of course, it is vital for the security of the State of Israel." The Israeli Prime Minister also met today with Vice President Joe Biden in the White House after meeting with President Obama, followed by a meeting at the State Department with U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry. He's also set to meet with congressional leaders and to attend a congressional reception for outgoing Ambassador Michael Oren. Netanyahu will be addressing the United Nations General Assembly tomorrow afternoon and then meet with Secretary General Ban Ki-moon. On Wednesday, will meet with American Jewish leaders. He will fly back to Israel either later Wednesday or Thursday. And in a historic phone call, U.S. President Obama spoke to Iranian President Rouhani this past Friday, becoming the first leaders of their countries to speak since the Iran hostage crisis more than 30 years ago. Reuters reported that Obama had hoped to meet with Rouhani at the UN General Assembly, but that the Iranian side thought such a meeting was too complicated. However, on Friday, the Iranians said that Rouhani was interested in a phone call with the president before flying back to Iran, and the White House quickly made the arrangements for the conversation, which lasted about 15 minutes. Speaking to reporters after the phone call, President Obama said he and Rouhani had directed their teams to work quickly towards an agreement on Iran's nuclear program.
While there will surely be important obstacles to moving forward, and success is by no means guaranteed, I believe we can reach a comprehensive solution. So the test will be meaningful, transparent, and verifiable actions, which can also bring relief from the comprehensive international sanctions that are currently in place.
And Israeli President Shimon Peres warned today over Iran's nuclear program, despite the apparent change in tone coming from the country's leader Hassan Rouhani. Peres said Rouhani's speech was nice, but it was based on a false reality, as Iranian centrifuges at this moment continue to work and produce enriched uranium for a nuclear bomb. Peres made the comments to journalists following a meeting he had at the International Criminal Court at The Hague. He added that Iran's intentions could only be tested by its actions rather than just by its words. Israel's security agency, the Shin Bet, has announced that they arrested an Iranian man in Israel accused of spying for Iran. The 55-year-old man was arrested on September the 11th at Ben Gurion Airport while trying to leave the country, where he was found with photographs of the U.S. Embassy. The Shin Bet named the man as Ali Mansouri, a Belgian citizen of Iranian origin. They said he had been recruited by Iran's Quds Force, the extraterritorial unit responsible for special operations, terrorism, and subversion run by the Revolutionary Guards Corps. During questioning by the Shin Bet, Mansouri described entering Israel under a Belgian identity using the alias of Alex Mans. He also described his recruitment and activation process by Iranian intelligence elements, and that he was instructed to arrive in Israel and set up a business network that would serve as a covert base of operations for the Iranian regime to act against Israeli and Western interests. Mansouri's remand was extended by the Petah Tikva Magistrate Court today by an additional 8 days. The World Jewish Congress today welcomed the support of the Polish Catholic Bishops' Conference to overturn Poland's ban on ritual slaughter, or shechita. WJC President Ronald Lauder expressed his gratitude for the support from Catholic Church leaders and said today in New York that he hoped the recent declaration by the conference would lead to Poland's overturning of the ban, which was put into place in July of this year and affects both the Jewish and Muslim communities in Poland. On September the 25th, the Presidium of the Conference of the Polish Episcopate said that throughout our long history, Polish legislation never questioned the right to religious freedom, including the right to maintain one's own traditions and customs. The conference said they shared the view that Jewish religious communities and believers of Islam are entitled to preserve and implement their fundamental rights to freedom of religion and worship, saying it is their right to preserve their customs, including the ritual slaughter of animals. Yad Vashem has given the title of Righteous Gentile to Dr. Mohammed Helmy. Helmy, an Egyptian physician during World War II, worked together with German Frieda Sturzmann to save 4 family members during the Holocaust. Both Helmy and Sturzmann, who have since passed away, were given the honor by Yad Vashem, and their families were being contacted. Helmy is the first Arab to receive the title of Righteous Gentile. The American Jewish Committee praised the Greek government for arresting 4 members of the neo-Nazi Golden Dawn Party over the weekend, which included party leader Nikolas Mihalakos and spokesman Ilias Sadarius, and 10 other party officials, who are charged with founding a criminal organization. The AJC has warned continuously over the threat of the Golden Dawn Party, which it poses to the Jewish community in Greece, and welcomed the bold action of the Greek government. Members of the Golden Dawn Party are accused of acts of violence against immigrants in particular, as well as other ethnic minorities in Greece. AJC Executive Director David Harris said the message is clear from the Greek government that the forces of violent extremism are a threat to society and will not be tolerated. Israel's Technion University is partnering with China's Shantou University to build a new center in China's Guangdong province. The Technion Guangdong Institute of Technology is being mainly funded by a donation of $130 million by Chinese billionaire Li Ka-shing. The roots of the partnership began in 2011 when officials from the Li Ka-shing Foundation visited the Technion in Israel, followed by a visit to China by Technion President Dr. Peretz Levi. Levi described the joint venture as a major breakthrough and opportunity to strengthen ties between the two countries. He said when you combine the innovation and entrepreneurial spirit of Israel with the unbelievable scale of China, you have a great partnership, adding, we hope that by combining our research with the scale and resources of China, we will create a major research institute that will help not only China and Israel, but also mankind in general.
Faster than my mind.
And finally, today marks the 85th birthday of Nobel Peace Prize winner, renowned author and Holocaust survivor Elie Wiesel. Wiesel was born in Sighet, Romania in 1928. He survived the Auschwitz, Buna, and Buchenwald concentration camps. He was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1986, where the committee called him a messenger to mankind. Wiesel's first novel, Night, helped to sensitize the world to the horrors of the Holocaust, and Elie Wiesel has gone on to author another 56 books as one of the most esteemed writers of his time. He has been a very special friend to Shalom TV, has often appeared on L'Chaim, and Dr. Wiesel is on Shalom TV's board of advisors. Shalom TV President Mark Golub and all of us here at Shalom TV wish Dr. Wiesel the happiest of birthdays, and may he live to 120. And that's Shalom TV's news update for Monday, September the 30th, 2013. I'm Teisha Bader.